Have you ever faced a decision so difficult it felt like your heart and mind were in a tug of war? Imagine this. You're thousands of miles away from home. Your wife is pregnant and you're stuck in a foreign country because of broken promises from your employer. Now, add this. This is your second chance at fatherhood after a devastating loss. What would you do? This was my life in 2005, a moment that tested everything I believed in, my values, my faith, and my priorities. Let me share the story of the toughest decision I ever had to make. Back then, I was living in Lebanon when a Lebanese Nigerian company recruited me as their quality health and safety manager. They promised to bring my family to Nigeria once I was settled. I shook hands, signed the agreement, and moved to Lagos, trusting their word. The first few months flew in Nigeria. I was in Victoria Island, Lagos, where I worked tirelessly. My colleagues, like me, had left their families behind, but unlike them, I felt a deep ache inside. My wife was pregnant, and this wasn't just any pregnancy. We had lost a child before, and this was our second chance. I wanted nothing more than to be by her side, to share every milestone, every moment of joy, and every kick she felt. But I stayed committed to my work, holding on the promise my boss made. Months passed, and the promises kept stretching further away. Wait until the building under construction is finished. Wait for that. Maybe soon. Excuses piled up. My wife's due date was nearing, and her pregnancy became complicated. She was hospitalized with early contractions in her 8th month. At that moment, I had a choice to make. Stay in Nigeria, hoping my employer would finally fulfill their promise, or go home to be with my wife during the most critical time of our lives. I chose my family. It wasn't easy traveling from Nigeria to Lebanon in mid-June. It was a logistical nightmare. Flights were packed with people heading home for summer. I spent 6 exhausting hours at the airport before finally securing a seat. When I landed in Beirut, my heart was racing. I made it just in time for my child's birth. I'd love to tell you the entire story of my firstborn's arrival, but for now, let's focus on what this moment taught me about decision making. Life will test you. It will place you at a crossroads where no choices feels easy. You might feel like circumstances control you, but deep down, you hold the power to decide. Sometimes it's about acting bold. Other times, it's about letting go and trusting your values. I stayed loyal to that company for a year, despite their broken promises. But when my boss delayed my salary raise, and after my child was born, and after all these broken promises, I knew it was time to move on. Here's what I learned. Life is more than a job, more than money, more than professional success. The more we chase those things, the more we risk losing what truly matters. Precious time with our loved ones. And time, that's something you can never get back. So let me ask you this. When life places you at a crossroad, what will guide you? Will it be fear of losing your career or faith in your values? I choose my family. I choose the values my parents raised me with: honesty, love, and faith. And looking back, I have no regrets. Here's my message to you. Don't let life's distractions blind you to what matters most. Success is temporary, but the warmth of a loving family is irreplaceable. The choices you make today will shape your future. Make them count. Have you ever faced a decision like this? What did you choose, and what did it teach you? Feel free to share below in the comment. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe for more stories and insights that inspire.